They all more or less told me the same thing. They all, first of all, important point, they all like ZENITH. They all like ZENITH, they all want ZENITH to succeed. Very important. I had a very positive feedback about ZENITH, even if the sales have not been that great these last few years, and they really want to see ZENITH turn into a more successful brand. But they like it, so it's a good starting point. Then they all believe that the direction that we are taking now, that I was communicating with them, is the good one for ZENITH. Because they don't want to see ZENITH become a crazy brand tomorrow. They don't want ZENITH to run too much away from its DNA and history. But they also want to see ZENITH to move forward, and that's exactly what we're doing. So overall, they want to see the results, they want to see what's happening, but they are happy about the kickoff of this new dynamic. So that's a very good starting point. Yes, we have been clarifying it. We have now 4 lines, very clear. We have 2 lines that I would call are the classic ones for ZENITH. Elite, very classic, thin, elegant. Chronomaster with El Primero movement with the 3 counters. These 2 are a little bit iconic, they are known, they are established lines. And then because we strongly believe that we need to move forward into the future, we want to work on the 2 contemporary lines that will be the DeFi, the whole DeFi family. DeFi 21, DeFi Lab, DeFi next DeFi for next year, and of course the Pilot. You know, we don't talk much about the Pilot watches, but we are the only brand able to put the name Pilot on the dial. We own this line really and this name Pilot, so we need to capitalize on that. And today our Pilot watches are among the best sellers of the brand, so we need to make this line evolve. And even if it's perceived as a vintage because of the bronze and brushed titanium material that we used, we definitely reach a very contemporary clientele. So there will be evolution on these 2 lines a lot in the coming years. And where we want to go with ZENITH in terms of product, very clear. We want to be a brand with a long history, so respecting all the codes, but innovative, but contemporary, reaching new clientele. We don't want to be stuck into the past. We don't want to be a dusty brand. And I think our industry has been sometimes a little bit too much turned to the past, repeating what has been done. I think our society today, everything goes fast. Everybody's getting more and more used to novelties, to new things all the time, which doesn't mean we need to forget history, but we need to jump into this move and be able to capitalize on our past and heritage, but moving forward. That's exactly what we want to do with ZENITH. I had a fantastic welcome. I knew when I joined, I would say the Biver group, in a way, the Biver team, I knew that usually Mr. Biver worked with a lot of people he knew for a long time, and I was new, even if we knew each other a bit, but I was new in his team. But I had a great welcome from everyone, from people from ZENITH, obviously, but also the sister brands, TAG and Hublot. We are sharing a lot of things, we are discussing a lot. And after a few months, I feel I've been there for a long time. So I have a fantastic welcome and great team spirit. And I think, you know, when you are new, you have to come with humility. And you have to realize that it's you that will adapt to the people. It's not them that will adapt to you. Whether it's obviously Mr. Biver, but also the rest of the team. They've been there for a long time. They know the system very well. I'm new. I'm jumping into the boat. I need to adapt. I spent many years on the markets. So I know really what it's like to work in the market, to develop a market, the relationship with the retailers, what they expect from us, what they want from us, the press, the end client. I really gained a lot of experience in that in different markets. So obviously this is going to help me a lot to develop ZENITH. In terms of distribution purely also, I would say, especially in Asia, I learned a lot about retail, because when I arrived in Asia in 2011, we had only 3 boutiques with Vacheron, and when I left, we had 17 or 18 boutiques, I think. So I managed a lot of the development of that. It's not yet where we are heading with ZENITH. I think there is also a very important role with the retailers, and we need to capitalize on our relationship with the retailers. Many brands during these last few years, they've been thinking that the retailer's business model might not be the future, because today you have internal boutiques, okay, interesting, and you have e-commerce. I believe that this is right. It's not only one single wholesale approach. We have an omni-channel approach. This is definitely interesting. But I think the importance of the retailers and the wholesale business should not be underestimated, because you still have a lot of clients, they want to enter a multi-brand shop and having a kind of a neutral advice from the people there, selling many different watches and talking freely about the plus and minuses of different brands. I believe this will come back strongly, definitely. A lot of my colleagues, they will tell you a nice story about the grandfather giving you a watch, or it didn't happen like that to me, even if my grandfather gave me a watch. But the reality is that my passion came when I started my first job, and I got into watches a little bit by chance. And it's only once I was inside that I started to learn about it. I read a lot of books, because for me it was a bit it was a new world, so I had to learn. So I did a lot of learning during my first years to learn about mechanical watches, to learn about watch history, and then it came like that. Yeah, it came really on the job, I would say. Yeah. We have to push the limits. We have to push the limits. Zenith DNA is about mainly two things, a lot of things, but mainly two things: precision and chronometry. You know, we got all these prices, etc., and we are known for precision. So basically, we capitalize on that, and it's logical that we move on these two key points of our heritage to create new things. So they will be definitely. Not every year we can have something at the scale of the oscillator, obviously, but there will be. We are already working on new things, and there is research being done. We want to surprise. We want to see that the brand is on the move. Super important to be on the move today. I don't want to be stuck in my history. I think it's a mistake, and I think you can always respect your history, but you are still selling watches to 21st century people. You know, we tend always to consider the clients we had yesterday and maybe some we have today. We tend to forget the ones we're going to have tomorrow. And these are a lot of discussions I'm sharing with Mr. Biver and with other people to think about who will be our clients tomorrow. You know, many brands relied a lot on the Chinese clients. But believe me, I was every week in mainland China when I was living in Hong Kong. And the new generation of Chinese, they are very different from their parents, and they will buy different things. And they will not buy, I mean, people sometimes ask me about the connected watch and all these topics. They will still buy beautiful watches, they will still buy mechanical watches, but they are willing to have products that are representing their generation.